The bets flooded in minutes before the bell, signaling an unusual shift in the odds. An underdog's odds collapsed into a bizarre, explosive payout, catching the attention of many. It was UFC Vegas 110, held on November 1st, 2025, a date now etched in controversy. Isaac Dulgaryan entered the octagon as the heavy favorite, expected to dominate his opponent. Yadier del Valle, on the other hand, was widely considered the underdog, with much lower expectations. The fight ended in a first-round choke. A sudden, clean, and utterly shocking finish that stunned the crowd. But it wasn't the finish itself that truly caught attention. It was the highly unusual betting patterns surrounding the bout. In the final 30 minutes before the fight, a flood of bets hit one specific outcome: Del Valle to win in round 1. Sportsbooks quickly noticed this anomaly, causing odds to shift dramatically in response. Some even shut down those prop bets altogether, a rare and telling sign of concern. Later, some sportsbooks refunded money to bettors, an almost unprecedented move that strongly suggested something was amiss. By midweek, the UFC had met with the FBI, escalating the investigation to a federal level. Dana White, the UFC president, called the situation simple. It doesn't look good, acknowledging the gravity of the scandal. Following the incident, Dulgaryan was released from his contract, a swift and decisive action by the UFC. Furthermore, his fight purse was withheld, adding a significant financial consequence to his release. That's the setup: a sudden market move, a shocking loss, and an investigation reaching the highest levels of sports integrity. What triggered this unprecedented market activity? Who possessed insider knowledge? And when did they acquire it? And is this just one isolated bad fight, or a symptom of something far deeper: combat sports? To truly understand the deep suspicion surrounding recent events, one must first grasp the intricate dynamics of how betting markets operate and move. Sportsbooks are fundamentally designed to balance risk across all potential outcomes. When an unusual volume of large wagers suddenly floods in on one specific side, they react swiftly and decisively. This immediate reaction often manifests as significant odds shifts, the closure of specific prop bets, and a drastic reduction in betting limits to mitigate potential losses. Precisely this scenario unfolded in the moments leading up to the highly anticipated featherweight bout between Isaac Dulgaryan and Yadier del Valle at UFC Vegas 110. In the final minutes before the fight commenced, an unprecedented amount of money poured in, targeting one very specific and precise outcome: Del Valle to secure a victory in the first round. This pattern is far from normal in the world of sports betting. Typically, wagers are spread out across various methods of victory and different rounds, reflecting diverse predictions. However, in this particular instance, a group of sharp bettors, those with keen insight or information, singularly targeted this one specific prop bet, demonstrating an unusual level of confidence. And against all expectations, it hit. Del Valle, the underdog, delivered a stunning first-round submission victory over the heavily favored Dulgaryan. Integrity monitors, designed to detect anomalies, flagged this highly suspicious activity immediately. IC360, a key betting integrity partner, promptly alerted the sportsbooks. The comprehensive data analysis unequivocally showed a concentrated influx of late money, a clear indicator of potential foul play or insider knowledge. In response to these alarming findings, several major sports betting operators took the extraordinary step of refunding bets altogether, a move rarely seen in the industry. Such drastic action is only taken when something appears seriously wrong, indicating a profound breach of betting integrity and fair play. This unprecedented situation immediately triggered the UFC's internal protocol for integrity investigations. They initiated a thorough cross-checking process. This involved meticulously examining fighter contacts, scrutinizing betting accounts linked to individuals involved, and analyzing all relevant communications to uncover any connections. Now, we have a clear understanding of what precisely moved the betting market in such an unusual fashion. But the more profound and critical question remains: why? Who ultimately stood to profit from this highly suspicious betting activity? And who possessed the crucial insider information before anyone else had access to it? To uncover the truth, investigators must meticulously trace the money trail and delve deep into historical precedents. As this isn't an isolated incident, we have, unfortunately, witnessed this exact playbook before. A pattern of suspicious betting activity that echoes previous scandals within the sport. Back in 2022, a prominent coach named James Krause was permanently banned after a strikingly similar pattern emerged surrounding the Derek Minner fight. That incident also featured sharp bets, early leaks about a fighter's injury, and a swift first-round finish, mirroring the current Dulgaryan del Valle situation. The critical question now facing the UFC and integrity partners is whether we are witnessing the resurgence of the same network, or if someone new has simply learned how to exploit the system once again. The investigation into potential betting irregularities within the UFC was meticulously broken down into three distinct and critical parts. First, investigators delved deep into comprehensive betting data, analyzing every transaction and pattern. Second, they scrutinized all available communications, searching for any illicit exchanges or coordinated activities. Finally, they compiled a detailed history of all involved parties, looking for past connections or suspicious behaviors. The initial alarms were raised by independent integrity monitors, whose sophisticated systems detected anomalies in betting patterns. Following these alerts, major sportsbooks provided crucial, granular data, including precise timestamps of wagers, the exact sizes of bets placed, and the detailed account information of those involved. This wealth of information was then systematically compiled and passed directly from the UFC to federal law enforcement agencies, initiating a full-scale criminal inquiry. In response to these serious allegations, the fighters' team vehemently denied any and all wrongdoing. They issued strong statements asserting their innocence and integrity. The fighters' coach, a long-standing and respected figure in the sport, publicly declared that their reputation and integrity were being unfairly attacked and undermined by these accusations. He emphasized that they had always operated with the utmost professionalism and adherence to the rules, suggesting that the investigation itself was a smear campaign designed to tarnish their hard-earned standing within the UFC community. The UFC's reaction to the unfolding scandal was both immediate and decisive, sending a clear message across the entire organization. They swiftly moved to release the implicated fighter from his contract, effectively removing him from active competition. Furthermore, they took the significant step of withholding his fight purse, a substantial financial penalty. While these actions do not, in themselves, constitute legal proof of guilt, they serve as an exceptionally strong and unequivocal message from the UFC. It underscores their zero-tolerance policy for any activities that could compromise the integrity of the sport, demonstrating their commitment to maintaining fair play and public trust, even in the face of ongoing investigations. With the initial data in hand, investigators intensified their efforts, launching a thorough digital forensic examination. They meticulously began digging into a vast array of digital communications, including text messages, encrypted chats, and social media interactions, searching for any evidence of collusion or information sharing. Simultaneously, they gained access to detailed betting accounts and digital wallets, tracing financial flows and identifying unusual transactions. Their primary objective was to uncover discernible patterns. looking for instances where the same devices were used for suspicious activities, identifying clusters of activity originating from the same geographical locations, and pinpointing bets placed with strikingly similar timing, all of which could indicate a coordinated effort to manipulate outcomes. As the investigation progressed and more digital evidence was meticulously gathered and analyzed, the disparate pieces of information slowly but surely began to coalesce. Each new data point, every traced communication, and every identified pattern contributed to a growing mosaic of evidence. The data, once fragmented and seemingly unrelated, started to build a coherent and increasingly clear picture of the alleged scheme. This emerging narrative suggested a sophisticated operation, moving beyond mere speculation and pointing towards a structured network of individuals involved in illicit betting activities within the sport. Further analysis of the betting accounts revealed intriguing connections and anomalies. A significant number of these accounts were found to be tied to individuals already known within the professional betting community, suggesting a level of sophistication and experience in their wagering. Other accounts were traced to offshore betting platforms, often used to obscure identities and avoid regulatory oversight. However, one particular account stood out dramatically from the rest. It was a relatively small, unassuming account that, despite its modest profile, had placed an unusually large and highly specific prop bet. This bet was placed on a fighter named Del Valle, predicting his victory specifically in the first round, a detail that immediately raised red flags due to its precision and the substantial amount wagered. The investigation into this anomalous betting account quickly uncovered a significant connection. It had direct ties to a trainer operating within the regional mixed martial arts circuit. This discovery was a crucial development, providing a tangible link between the suspicious betting activity and an individual directly involved in the sports ecosystem. While this connection alone does not constitute definitive proof of guilt, it undeniably serves as a vital lead, a critical piece of the puzzle that helps to illuminate the shadowy trail of the ongoing investigation. It suggests a potential conduit for inside information, moving the inquiry closer to identifying the source of the alleged manipulation. As investigators continued to piece together the evidence, a striking and concerning pattern began to emerge, one that bore a chilling resemblance to a previous high-profile case. The current scheme's characteristics closely matched those observed in the Minner case from 2022. Both investigations revealed instances of inside information being illicitly shared, highly targeted prop bets placed with unusual precision, and a consistent focus on early submission finishes as the predicted outcome. This parallel suggests a potential modus operandi, indicating that the current situation might not be an isolated incident, but rather part of a recurring strategy employed by those seeking to exploit the sport for financial gain. Despite the mounting evidence and the clear patterns identified, the investigation remains ongoing. And as of now, no names have been officially confirmed or publicly released in connection with the alleged scandal. Furthermore, no formal charges have been filed against any individuals. However, the sheer volume of suspicious activity, the intricate web of connections, and the striking similarities to past cases mean that the questions surrounding this situation are rapidly accumulating. The lack of official confirmation only intensifies the speculation and the urgent need for answers, leaving the public and the sports stakeholders in a state of heightened anticipation and concern. The central and most pressing questions now revolve around the source of the illicit information. Who precisely fed that critical, inside information to the bettors, enabling such precise and profitable wagers? Beyond that, a more profound and unsettling question looms. Is this current scandal merely an isolated incident, or is it indicative of a much larger, more pervasive shadow network that continues to operate clandestinely behind the scenes of the sport. The possibility of a deeply entrenched, organized effort to manipulate outcomes poses a significant threat to the integrity of the UFC, demanding a thorough and uncompromising investigation to uncover the full extent of its reach and bring those responsible to justice. This is where the sport pays a heavy price, a significant toll on its very foundation, threatening the integrity and future of the UFC. The impact of betting scandals is a serious issue that jeopardizes the sport's credibility. Sponsors, once eager partners, begin to pull back, their logos slowly fading from the arena walls and broadcast segments. This withdrawal signifies a loss of confidence and financial support, directly impacting the UFC's revenue streams and public image. Sportsbooks, once offering wide-open opportunities, now tighten their limits, reflecting a growing caution and distrust in the fairness of the matches. This shift in betting behavior is a direct consequence of suspicious activity and the need to mitigate financial risks. Fighters, once united by their shared passion, start watching each other with suspicion, a palpable tension in their eyes and interactions. The camaraderie is replaced by doubt, as the possibility of manipulated outcomes casts a long shadow over their relationships. When a fighter loses under a cloud of suspicion, the damage extends far beyond a single paycheck, impacting their entire career and future prospects. The legitimacy of their performance is questioned, leading to potential blacklisting and a loss of opportunities. Purses get held indefinitely, contracts vanish into thin air, and hard-earned reputations can die overnight, leaving fighters in financial and professional limbo. The consequences are severe, often leading to career-ending setbacks and public disgrace. We've witnessed these consequences before, the echoes of past scandals still reverberating through the sport, reminding us of the fragility of trust. Historical precedents serve as stark warnings of the long-term damage caused by such integrity breaches. Darrick Minner, a name now synonymous with controversy, was released from the UFC after a quick loss where unusual betting patterns were detected. His case became a prominent example of the immediate repercussions for fighters involved in suspicious activities. His coach, James Krause, faced an even harsher fate, banned for life from the sport he once dedicated himself to, highlighting the severe penalties for those orchestrating such schemes. This lifetime ban underscores the UFC's commitment to eradicating corruption at all levels. The Nevada Athletic Commission wields significant power, a regulatory body with far-reaching authority to investigate and penalize those who compromise the sport's integrity. Their role is crucial in maintaining oversight and enforcing strict ethical standards. They can suspend licenses, withhold prize money, and even hand over complex cases to federal prosecutors, escalating the legal ramifications for individuals involved. This multi-tiered approach ensures that violations are addressed comprehensively and with appropriate severity. Once a case escalates to the federal level, the charges become incredibly serious, carrying severe legal ramifications, including potential federal prison sentences. The involvement of federal authorities signifies the gravity of the offenses and the extensive investigative resources deployed. These charges include wire fraud, conspiracy, and sports bribery, offenses that strike at the heart of integrity and fair competition. Such crimes undermine the very essence of sportsmanship and ethical conduct within professional athletics. Sportsbooks also suffer significant losses, both financially and in terms of their public image, as their credibility is eroded by fraudulent activities. The financial impact is substantial, but the damage to their reputation can be even more enduring. Issuing refunds for suspicious bets cost them substantial amounts of money, directly impacting their bottom line and operational stability. This financial burden is a direct consequence of compromised events and the need to protect legitimate bettors. But the most profound damage is to trust itself, the very foundation of the betting industry and the sport's relationship with its fans. Once trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult to rebuild, leading to long-term skepticism and disengagement. Fans begin to question the authenticity of every punch, every submission, every outcome they witness, leading to a cynical view of the sport. This erosion of faith diminishes the excitement and emotional investment that makes sports compelling. For the UFC, this crisis is existential, threatening its very existence and future as a legitimate and respected athletic organization. The long-term viability of the promotion depends on its ability to safeguard its integrity. Broadcast partners, crucial sponsors, and vigilant regulators are all watching intently, their scrutiny unwavering as they assess the UFC's response to these challenges. Their continued support hinges on the UFC's commitment to transparency and accountability. Whispers circulate among fighters, tales of individuals approaching them with illicit offers to manipulate fight outcomes. These clandestine propositions create an environment of suspicion and moral compromise within the fighter community. Cash offers, tempting and dangerous, to end a fight prematurely, to manipulate the outcome, or to throw a match for financial gain. Such temptations prey on fighters' vulnerabilities and can lead to severe consequences. No concrete proof, just persistent stories that linger within the confines of the gym, never fully disappearing, fueling an undercurrent of unease. These unverified accounts contribute to a pervasive atmosphere of distrust and speculation. These whispers, once faint, are now growing louder, impossible to ignore, demanding immediate attention and decisive action from the UFC leadership. The increasing volume signifies a growing problem that can no longer be swept under the rug. The message is undeniably clear. The system designed to protect the sport is cracking under pressure, revealing vulnerabilities that can be exploited. This structural weakness threatens the very framework of fair competition and ethical conduct. And someone, somewhere, is cashing in on this vulnerability, exploiting the sport for personal gain at the expense of its integrity and the athletes' careers. These illicit actors profit from the corruption, perpetuating a cycle of deceit. The integrity of the UFC hangs in the balance, demanding immediate and decisive action to restore trust and safeguard its future. The organization must act swiftly and transparently to address these scandals and reaffirm its commitment to fair play. So where do we stand regarding the recent UFC betting scandal? Here's what's confirmed. Unusual bets were flagged and refunds were issued. The UFC also met with the FBI. Isaac Dulgaryan was released from his contract, and his fight purse was withheld due to these suspicious activities. Integrity monitors discovered a consistent pattern: late bets, a single outcome, and a first-round finish. However, no criminal charges have been filed yet, only ongoing investigations. We've identified the trigger for the odds movement: concentrated late prop bets placed on Del Valle to secure a win in the first round. The question of who profited remains unanswered. Sportsbooks refunded wagers, so any quick gains likely vanished when betting lines were frozen. Will the UFC implement changes? They will undoubtedly have to adapt to these challenges. Expect stricter monitoring protocols, more thorough vetting processes, and tighter regulations on who around a fighter can place bets. Reforms are on the horizon, including enhanced background checks, closely monitored betting activity, and greater transparency regarding fighter injuries before fight night. At its core, this issue transcends mere financial implications. It's about whether fans can truly believe in the authenticity of what they witness inside the cage. That fundamental belief, the conviction that every fight is genuine, is the lifeblood of the sport. Once that trust is eroded, no amount of betting, no crowd, and no broadcast can ever restore it. This story is far from over. But one truth is undeniably clear. The fight for the UFC's integrity has only just begun.
probably about 1 o'clock that day. We're with a company called IC360, and they are the best bet monitoring company in the business. And they reached out to us and they told us that there was some unusual action going on with that fight. Do we know anything? You know, we didn't. So what we did was we called the fighter and his lawyer and said, "What's going on? There's some weird action going on in your bet. Weird betting action going on in your fight. Are you injured? Do you owe anybody money? Has anybody approached you to, And the kid said, "No, absolutely not. I'm going to kill this guy." And so we said, "Okay." The fight plays out, and first round finish by rear naked choke. Literally, the first thing we did was call the FBI.